Rated M for mature.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei 4. And in this video, well, it's time we get something to eat. We're gonna head over to Mikado Castle and make sure that we actually exit to the castle city. And then, well, we're just gonna select the bakery and see if they have any food for us to eat.
Welcome. Jonathan, my boy, I heard that you became a noble samurai. It must be inconvenient going without your servants, but I hope you'll continue your patronage here.
Hoi! We'll take 3 loaves. Can we get fresh-baked ones, still kicking?
I don't know of any bread that kicks, but here you go. It's a pleasure to have you as a customer. By the way, now that we're acquainted, I want to show you something interesting.
Is that a book?
Right you are. It's from a genre called literature. They're stories about people in great turmoil. The more I read of these, the more I've come to realize something. I've lived in darkness and ignorance up until now. It's adversity which develops a man's character.
I myself am an avid reader, but I've never heard of this, literature. How did you come by that book?
An acquaintance of mine brought me to a Sabbath once. While I was there, the Black Samurai gave it to me.
Sabbath? Black Samurai?
After partaking in that Sabbath and reading these books, I understand more fully. You see, luxurers truly think of little but their own convenience. Everyone speaks of equality, but that is a ruse we casualries have been subjected to.
I hate to interrupt your rousing speech, but do you think we might have that bread soon?
Oh, but hear me out a while longer. There's so much more to be said about the wonders of literature. What have I read lately? How about these? Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human. And then there's Ogai Mori's The Dancing Girl.
We'll take these, thank you.
Oh, one moment, Walter. Excuse me, but we must be going. I'll leave the payment here.
Looks like the quest is going well.
Stupid old man, I don't care about your stinking book club. Just give me some bread. And okay, so now we need a place to eat our bread. And I can't think of a better place than Lake Mikado after all. It's a pretty nice view.
Hey! Is this a friend of yours?
Yes he is, in fact.
I didn't recognize you there at first, which is natural, since you're in samurai garb now.
Well, this is a happy coincidence. Why don't you join us for breakfast?
Sorry, but I'll have to decline. I can't leave the fields alone forever. More than that, though, I got an intriguing gift to bring home. I want to hurry and show it to everyone.
And where's home for you?
Kichigorji.
That's quite a long journey.
Less than you think. If I keep walking without a rest, I should reach my destination before night falls. I'd train myself to be a samurai after all. I'm confident these legs can make the trip. Well then, I'll be going home. From one Kichigorji boy to another, I'll be praying that your endeavors are successful.
Finally, it's time for our breakfast. 1 loaf per person, understood?
Ah, drat. We should have bought beverages as well.
The Lake Mikado water isn't good enough for you?
Congratulations on completing the quest.
Keep thinking about what that baker's keen on telling us about. Literature, was it? I don't see how someone could be so troubled by reading books.
All the books I know are legends of Mikado's founding, heroic tales of Aquila, and fairy stories. I never thought there could be books such as this literature. But what troubles me is his mention of this black samurai. Who could it be, and where might they have found this literature?
Who can say? It's none of our concern, certainly. We have dedicated ourselves to eliminating demons, nothing more. So tell me, how are you two going to spend the rest of your holiday? We don't get them often, so, I relish the chance to nap here.
I thought I might spend the day walking around the city.
In that case, here is where we part ways. I'll see you two tomorrow.
And well, now we can do pretty much whatever we'd like. You can take on any of the challenged quests that are available in Kay's Tavern. However, I will not be covering that at the moment. So, well, I'm just gonna head back to the castle and go to sleep, because I'm boring, and there's really not much to do right now, after all.
Hoi! You'll not want to miss this. Isabeau's up to something on the rooftop. We're going to go see. Up, damn you!
You disturbed our precious slumber over this? It's dreadfully impolite to intrude on a girl's private moments, you know.
So you say, and yet here you are.
Well, that's, it's...
Yes. Let's go before Isabeau decides to shut herself back up in her room, shall we? There. It's Isabeau. Let's sneak closer and surprise her.
I don't think she'll be very pleased if you try that.
That's the idea. I want to see that prim iron mask of her slip. To see those cold cheeks flush pink.
And whose iron mask are we speaking of? Can't you be voyeurs in silence? The din is making it difficult to concentrate on my reading.
You're reading? Isabeau, don't tell me you're a devotee of that literature too.
I'm sorry, but what? What I was reading is something called manga.
Oh, this is fascinating. I've never seen anything like it. It's a story told through both words and pictures.
The one I'm reading currently takes place in a fictional kingdom known as France. It's the story of a beautiful female warrior in male garb who valiantly and admirably plays an active role. But the warrioress falls in love with a man, her faithful companion at one point. Oh, and then...
Am I truly hearing Isabeau talk about love? I hope that Lake Mikado doesn't dry up tomorrow. Sorry, but you needn't be so angry. You're a woman. Of course love would be something you'd be...
No, look there!
That is something on fire. One of the villages is ablaze.
Doesn't Kichigorji lie in that direction?
But isn't Kichigorji your...
Let us make haste.
You four, halt! Apprentices like yourselves are included on the expedition to Kichijoji as well?
So there is trouble there.
No. I've received no word of apprentices being assigned to this situation.
Forgive my insolence in protesting, sir, but I beg you to allow us to accompany the expedition. Kichigorji is the hometown of our fellow here.
Those not specially summoned must remain at the ready in their rooms. That is the rule. Along with you now.
The rule? Are we to overlook an emergency in a friend's home because of this rule?
What's all this commotion?
Sir, I have a report for you, Commander. These samurai...
My God. So Kichigorji was your hometown?
Are you four still here? Return to your rooms before you're found in violation of...
It's all right. I will permit these apprentices to accompany us.
But that would be against protocol.
This is an emergency. The more hands we have, the better. Not to mention, a samurai is bound to uphold not a set of rules, but the will of the people.
Forgive my insolence, sir.
We will depart for Kichigorji at once.
Bless you.
There are no words.
You demons!
Have no fear, sir. We samurai are here to help.
Oh, God! You have not forsaken us.
Sir, did I hear you right? Did you speak of demons?
Monsters I've never seen before came and they went setting fire to the village. That dreadful visage. I know what I saw. The demons from the fairy stories have appeared in our time. A few others escaped to Kichijoji forest. Oh, blessed samurai, I beg of you, please save them. Save the rest of the villagers.
I shudder to think that the demons have encroached this far. Someone bring this elder a hot drink and show him to our healers. My fellow samurai, our destination now is Kichigorji Forest. Our task here is to search for any fortunate enough to survive. Each of you will comb the forest and look for survivors. I will remain here with the healers and relay instructions to you via the gauntlet. Return here directly should you find any survivors. That also goes for if you sustain any injuries. The healers will treat your wounds.
I'll register that as a new quest on the list.
As for you, prentices, this is a personal matter for him. Give him your full support.
We will gladly cooperate with him.
Demons have ransacked my town, burning it to the ground. They will pay for this, indeed. And yes, this is Kichigorji Forest, the second map of the game. Because, well, it's not really fitting to call this place a dungeon now, is it? And there are, in fact, new demons to be gathered here. However, I'm not at the highest amount of HP, so I'm actually going to turn back around and go heal up.
Well done.
And yes, they'll pretty much heal you indefinitely for a pretty long time. It's much better than constantly going up to the barracks to heal every time. And yep, blah 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 blah. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Hope, for actually letting me on this mission since, well, I want to get revenge. Goodness, this can't be good. Now, I'm not necessarily at the highest possible level to be doing this area in the first place, so I'm not totally sure how this is going to go. However, this next part is pretty much just standard affair. It's a swarm of disgusting dwarves and papes, or napes. Why did I say pape? It's not Pompeii. Anywho, they are weak to Bufu, just as normal napes are. I don't really think that dwarves are actually weak to Bufu. However, in this situation, it really doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to use a standard attack. Now, Bilwis here is going to lunge at him. And that connected, doing pretty decent damage. Considering that was not actually their weakness. And we're pretty much just going to get our second press turn here with the protagonist and do massive damage. With this, Bufu, yeah. We're almost dead. We might as well just auto down the dwarves. And there we go. We did it. We took down that swarm pretty easily. And hey, my duck leveled up. Yes! Check out the new skills. Ooh. He's going to... No, I don't want to discard. I want you to discard attack know-how. Yeah. Now this... I forget the demon's name, but he's a duck. He's going to pass on a lot of skills onto us, which are going to power us up even more. Which is pretty stinking rad. Now, it's time to open up his door and see what's on the other side.
Oh, forgive us, lad. Our hands were full. Our child is still young. We owed your parents a great debt, and I wanted to do something, but...
Many of the villagers are slain. Kichigorji is probably finished. Where are we supposed to go? If we survive the night, what are we to do in the morning?
Sir? Father said that I'd die if I was caught by a demon. Your mother and father haven't been caught by demons, have they?
You're a very strong boy not to cry. Now run along to the forest entrance. Powerful samurai are waiting there for you.
Families are being destroyed by these disgusting demons. I can't stand for that. I'm gonna wipe them all out. Now this is actually a brand new encounter with the 4 elemental demons. Yes, they're actually not very effective against elemental attacks. You see, I'll use my Bufu skill against them. It does only 28 damage. It's absolutely pathetic. We're gonna have to concentrate on here is doing physical-based attacks, such as lunge and our auto attacks. Needle shot also works since that's technically physical. That's pretty good damage. And this is the one case in which having purely elemental skill sets is not optimal. Not every single enemy will have an elemental weakness. So, basically, we're just going to auto down this mob and hope that we can defeat them. Yes. It seems like we're not nearly as strong as we should be for this part. So I'm going to do some grinding off screen. I haven't really decided yet, and down they go. Alright. Probably still level 11, though. Probably do some demon negotiations. Let's actually see. I do believe we should go down this path. Well, we can't, actually, because that's sealed off, but if we go down here, maybe.
No! Someone help!
There's no sense running. You don't like how those Luxra bastards do things, no? Let's pick up where we left off and... Speak of the devil. I'll need to give us some privacy before we can chat. How infuriating. The coward faces of Luxra bastards and their sickening graves. Have you come all this way to force upon us the arrogant rules you dreamt up from those brains of leaky shit? You're not welcome here. Scram!
Wow, this Stryx sure has a mouth. Now guys, this is a boss battle. Or a sub-boss battle. This thing's actually not very difficult at all. It is weak to not only electric-based attacks, but also guns, such as Needle Rush, so if we can do that, let's just let Bilwis. I don't exactly know how you pronounce that name. I'm not very too familiar with this demon, actually. Empele does a lot of damage with her Needle Shot. Now we can also use the item that we got in the Naraku, which casts, like, needle attacks, but, well, electricity is just much stronger. No, Nape missed. And hey, Isabeau actually damaged her. I don't know, it's gonna drain some of Isabeau's life. Not really too big of a deal. And hey, Miss Nape, awesome. That was pretty stinking rad because she had a smirk, because she did a lot of damage in the previous turn. Now, this next Zeo is probably going to finish it off. This Stryx is not very powerful at all. You shouldn't have too much of an issue with it.
Alrighty.
I see. You became a samurai. I thought it strange not to see you in the village lately. I noticed your absence tonight, too.
By heaven, what happened?
There was a villager who brought back books from the castle town. The younger ones of the village gathered in this forest and decided to hold a Sabbath. Really, of course, it was an excuse to denigrate the lecturers. They chafed under the rules handed down. It held little interest for me, so I decided to leave. That's when a number of them suddenly... Their bodies began to twist and warp.
Thank you. You did well in telling us of this. Your part is finished here. You should remove yourself to the forest entrance. The samurai there will take you into their care.
It seems that these demons have brought with them books that are causing a lot of trouble. Well guys, in the next episode of Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei 4, we're going to explore the rest of Kichigorji Forest and look for what is causing all of these issues. So thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.